I am slightly good at Osu. However, I haven't played too much over the past months. I felt that I was finished with Osu tournaments when I got this Discord message. I knew I'd have to join, so I signed up and became a captain. Anyways, see this sentence? Yeah, I didn't read that. So it turns out I had to recruit my team instead of it being randomized. As I didn't know half the players in my state, this could become a problem for the future. However, let's get back to the case of the draft. Here's how a snake draft works. Of the two captains, Psyche Girl got a choice of either first or second since their lower rank, where they chose to pick first, giving them a slight advantage because they get the strongest pick. However, I'd get the next 2 picks. After that, each team chooses 2 players until all the players who signed up are on a team. Psyche Girl's first pick was Bunny Like Money, the current top player for Pennsylvania. A strong first pick, though it might be the first mistake. We'll have to wait and see. This means I get the next 2 picks, and I knew who my picks were right off the start. First I picked Koa, the old number 1 Osu player for PA. A very strong player who hasn't played for a couple weeks, but has consistently been a strong competitor for the United States Cup team. And second, Armani Dilbo. Not as well known, but an antithesis to my skills, being very well rounded and can apparently play anything but hard rock aim, which is my only good skill set. Though with this being a 5v5 tournament, we'd need a lot more players to have a consistent team. Psyche's next picks were C-Main and Salad. Interesting picks since C-Main is good at everything I'm good at, and is a consistent player overall. Solid pick. And Salad is an amazing combo game player and gimmick player, or so I've heard. Psyche's team was looking scarily well rounded, with having good players for every map. Each of us finished our picks and ended with 8 on my team and 9 on Psyche's team. Then we had some last second cancels on both teams. To balance the players a bit, Psyche's team got Mommy, a solid all-around player specializing in low approach rate and hidden. So one thing I didn't mention before is that I actually played this map pool before it was announced. The chosen map pool was the American Draft Showdown Division 2 pool, where I, myself, Armani, and C-Main had all played on different teams. This means that the 3 of us had played these maps a long time ago, with the exception of one map. Without any prior knowledge, I just happened to play the Double Time 4 for an hour straight to get on the leaderboard. Did this help though? Well, just take a look, since our team decided to have it as the first pick.
Guys.
Armani, get in here. You're playing it.
Who's the fifth? Who left?
Oh,
Oh my
Koa's
God.
playing.
Koa.
Yeah,
Koa's
Koa's
good.
good.
Easy
Alright,
now.
cool.
We're good. Alright,
go.
good luck.
Alright.
Good luck.
C-Main dog. Dude, there's no way I suck this map, really? Okay. Oh!
What
Sorry,
happened?
breaking on the ending.
What do we do?
No!
Oh, damn.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, I broke on the
C-Main
buzz
FC.
slider. How is that fair?
I missed on the ending.
It's Team NFC.
Yeah. So, with us losing our first pick, and losing it on a map that we were confident on was devastating. This means they get the next pick, and most likely putting us at a 0-2 disadvantage. With this, their first pick was Fremont 3, a funny, circle-sized 0 map. Overall, most of my team could FC it. The problem was getting the FC in one try.
There is so much going on. Holy Well, the blue team seem to be stomping this one.
That's unlucky.
Oh, we got destroyed by 2 million. Okay.
They like quintuple FC'd. Okay. Well.
So, yeah, they kind of dominated us on that pick. Getting a 5-way FC on any map in a tournament is insane, but to have it happen against your own team is so demotivating. We'd have to get up momentum quick before we lose 0-7. Very quickly, our next pick was Nomad 2, and I stepped out, trusting my team to beat them on this map. Nomad 2 is a flow aim intensive map, and we have a few flow aim players such as Armani, Astrovia, and Koa. While Licky's team had Bunny, who's the top flow aim player in the state, we didn't think we'd have too much of a problem with it.
It was actually used frequently, like a year or so ago, in like high 4-digit tournaments, or just in general around the star rating. Yeah, Team Blue need a break from either Astrovia or, I wish I could read the full name, from Dilbo. Armani Dilbo. Seems that might just not be happening, and it's way too late at this point anyway. Yeah, quite a short map, but always a good stream check. Yeah, and that is a point to Team Red.
Yeah, even though Bunny's performance was great, it didn't matter when we had almost 2 FCs along with great supporting scores. With this, we finally got on the board, and the score is now 1-2. Their next pick was Hidden 1. A weird but somewhat normal map with Hidden. With players like Mommy and C-Main on their team would most likely have the advantage. Though I did have an FC I did in a practice lobby a day ago. Along with having our own good players at Hidden, this map might be close.
but the blue team wins in the end. That was a really tight one.
Same miscon from Zigzy and C-Main in the end.
Yeah,
It was just
Ooh,
a combo
but-
carry.
but Armani Dilbo 2 miss and Koa 1 miss.
True.
Oh, we got C-mains. Fuck. Demon FC. Oh, no, it was so close. Fuck.
That is pretty unlucky. I buzz slided at the end.
Well, if I got better accuracy, then maybe I could have made a difference. Though it was close, we lost the point, bringing the score 1-3. In order to catch up, we'd have to get some break points, which means we need to beat them on their own picks, which might be tough with this pool. Our team's next pick was GT2. We knew that we could abuse speedier maps, with many of our players being very comfortable on speed.
Oh, bro, C-main.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Ouch.
Oh,
The rat is out. That's so
Damn.
sad.
Nah, dude,
I
he's
mean,
brutal.
C-main
dude.
had to do it, but wow.
He's brutal.
Trying to get everyone to play. Ooh.
Not quite sure, but apparently the only ones holding are 3 players from red and 2 players from blue. While like Money holding an impressive accuracy, full combo. Danini breaking, but I believe that doesn't change a thing. And indeed, that is a point for the red team. That was a really short map.
Oh, I broke.
Missed in the beginning by accident, my bad.
Let's go, we won.
Let's go.
Oh god, we got it.
You're welcome. I contributed to half the misses.
Let's go, Koa. Let's go.
Oh my god, cool.
Damn, we all popped off on that. Zigzy, thank you for the fill. It was good.
Hold on. You must think
I
on it.
tried my best. With this performance, we had a new game plan. Pick speed. The score is now 2-3, and the tournament was getting close. Their next pick was more their style, an ARA Nomad map. I knew I couldn't play this, but I was hyped up to try, and, well... Yeah, I kinda sucked. But somehow, I got my top score in my locals. With that, their team was running out of guaranteed wins after that pick. Breakpoints might be a lot more doable, and we need them soon since the score is 2-4. If we let them win 2 more maps, we'd have to go to tiebreaker at best, and it was a long tournament.
Damn, I threw that. Sorry, guys.
Armani, you had like more than double my score.
Nice score, Lick, though.
Our next pick was the somewhat speedy Nomad 5. I sat this one out, knowing my team had the ability to crush them on this map.
Seeing the advantage in ACK of the red team. Oh, and well, 2 players of the opposite teams breaking at the exact same moment. Ooh. But red team.
For this type of map,
Astrovia
you'd see like a
again.
player like Koaleahq would not have any problems with this.
Yeah, for
However,
sure.
might have just cursed it.
Hopefully not. The blue team currently in the lead, holding 4 FCs versus 3. And here we go. I wish the players luck. While like money breaking already at the beginning of the hard part. Astrovia breaking again. Currently seems to be favorable for blue, but PR at breaking. I think red can very well turn this around, and they are already in the lead. Oh, this is so close, but oh. Zigzy Fan Club is gaining the lead and solidifying it more and more, and it is too late.
This was a lot closer than we probably would have liked, but a win's a win, and we walk off with a solid 3-4 score. Still needing a breakpoint just to get even, we knew we'd have to pop off on their next pick, or else we'd be in trouble. Their next pick was Free Mod 2. A solid pick on paper for their team. AR8 with a reading aspect, where at least 3 players needed mods, 1 being hidden only and 1 hard rock only. Their team was balanced and had plenty of people who could play AR8 no mod and hidden, though this being a free mod could be a mistake. We forced poor Licky on the hidden. Though he's great at low AR hidden, I feel bad for anyone who has to play it. The rest of our team, except Koa, went with hard rock. Their team was a lot more balanced with 2 hiddens and 2 hard rocks and a no mod. CS5 makes hard rock, well, hard, and CS 6.5 is very tough. This gamble could cost us another point or could get us the breakpoint that we needed.
So the rules are, as you may have seen the players try to figure them out as well. 1 hidden, 1 hard rock, and 2 players having any mods. And hidden hard rock counts as hard rock.
Red team having a clear advantage on this one. That's cool to broke as well.
Yeah. There goes my saying about how it must be bothersome to have to catch up from having lost their first pick. But there you go.
And it's tied 4-4 now.
Brilliant performance from Zigzy Fan Club for sure. 2 FCs. Very clean. 1 miss in total as well.
Nice, I think we won that. Did we get it?
Yeah, but you guys destroyed that.
Nice.
Nice.
1 miss
It wasn't
in
even
total
close.
on our team.
Slider broke right at the
You guys
end.
are so
I shook
good.
off
It's
the
fucking
so
good.
good.
1 miss in total on our team. That's disgusting. Nice job.
We're so,
That is
we're so
very
much better.
disgusting.
And we pulled it off. With 1 total combined miss, this was the team effort we needed to bring it back to a finally even 4-4, and achieving the ever elusive breakpoint.
Bro, I entered so hard. No!
I entered so bad. Oh god.
Damn.
no.
You should have seen that. Fuck, I'm sorry.
I entered in the beginning. My
Oh,
bad.
we all.
Well, I kinda threw for us. Sorry, team, if you're watching this. Anyways, the momentum we just had was gone, and back-to-back breakpoints put us behind again 4-5, which means if Psyche's team gets 1 more point, we'd be going to a tiebreaker at best. And they had the next pick. This was not looking good, since we now needed another breakpoint in order to just tie it. Knowing this, we went into their next pick, Nomad 1, the generic normal aim map, with confidence, knowing that they ran out of guaranteed points. We threw together our best aim players and, well, hope for the best.
Another equal in points again. 5-5. Tiebreaker incoming, yo.
Yeah, very possibly.
I called it
1
at the
point
start
for
of
each.
the match, but it's actually getting closer to it now.
Yo, did we do that, team?
Nice job, team.
Yeah.
Yo,
This guy's-
the team
this
who
guy's
did
fucking
mod
go. Let's go, Koa. Let's go.
go.
EA's
Let's go,
Bill
everyone with the
Ganger
backing score.
teamers.
Not even close.
Both teams had 2 FCs, and I tied with C-Main in the middle. But our team's depth had just a bit more than theirs, and we got our second breakpoint of the tournament, tying the score up at 5-5. Now, whoever gets the next point has the advantage of match point, and we had the pick. Seeing their scores with Hard Rock on the free mods and their aim performance they just did, I picked Hard Rock 1. I kind of picked it before we really knew, but I guess I had some sort of sixth sense to pick it up immediately. Switching out only Keela for Solar, we were ready to finish this up quick.
Yeah, this was a this is a train wreck. Well, not a train wreck. I mean like a sweep for Team Blue.
Yeah, for sure. Zigzy fan club taking the lead, having the match point advantage now.
A solid team performance. Getting above 500,000 on this map is not easy, and 5 players got it in just this match. Awkward linear aim sections gave us match point and 6-5. They had their last pick to possibly bring it to tiebreaker. With many gimmick players, one of their only choices left was No Mod 4, the techie slider map with some funky patterns. We also had many players who could do this, so this map would be a toss-up and could end in either team winning. For us, we were relaxing since our 2 options were winning the match or going to tiebreaker. We said that was not playing the map to practice the tiebreaker, and went into the last pick with full confidence.
Not sure if there are more than 2. But yeah, the other map set is really good. Oh, the red team currently taking the lead with a all FC. Or full house of C, let's say.
That is pretty nuts, actually.
Yeah. On a map like this.
And there goes one of the players. But still, you know, you have 4 remaining.
Silent doing what they can, but... Ooh, oh boy! 3 players from the red team breaking. Oh, never mind, Koa was just a client-sided thing, or a Bancho-sided thing, I guess. And it's unfortunately not looking great for that tiebreaker stand.
Well, at least we can pray that there's going to be a tiebreaker showcase.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zigzy fan club is going to win the show match.
Indeed, indeed.
And they are going home with nothing because it's a show match.
What happened? What
Fucking
happened?
go team!
Yeah,
let's go
no
team.
tiebreaker.
Let's go!
You want to join the PA General?
Yeah, let's join PA General.
Alright.
What a Koa Vista.
With a dominating performance from our team, We had done it. We brought it back from being behind almost the whole match, and we had won. Absolutely nothing. Yes, this match was just a for fun show match, so there was absolutely no prize. A big thank you to CES Gaming for hosting the match and showing both teams live on their Twitch, as well as for everyone who showed up and played. It was a fun match, and maybe shows that Pennsylvania has potential for next year's USC. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.